Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Before we start today's broadcast, the DiValerio family and all of Audubon softball suffered a great loss on Friday when Chris DiValerio was unfortunately killed in an accident on Friday. If you'd like, you can donate to their meal train, which will show up on a QR code in a couple of seconds on screen, as we all mourn the loss of such a great father and coach and friend, and as we look to grieve together by helping the DiValerio family as much as we can. The QR code should be on screen now, and if you'd like to donate, you can scan on your phone. We'll have the QR code pop up a couple more times during the broadcast, and you guys can hopefully help the DiValerio family through this very tragic time. Thank you.
game. If you're late, Audubon Green Wave. This time, please rise and move your hats and proclaim our national anthem.
National anthem just wrapped up here in Clayton, and now both teams will take their respective dugouts as we get set for the South Jersey Group 1 final between the Audubon Green Wave and the Clayton Clippers. The number 2 seed versus the number 1 seed, just as it was on baseball for baseball on Friday between Audubon and Buena, except Clayton is a very different team than they were a couple of years ago. These guys are coming off of back-to-back state titles for Group 1 in 2021 and 2022, and these guys are 25-1 in 2023. Yes, you heard that right, 25-1. Their one sole loss was on the second game of the season versus Gloucester Catholic, meaning these guys are on a 24-game winning streak, including in the playoffs. They've been mowing down their opponents, and they will look for a third straight sectional title this morning. Welcome, folks, to the home of Lady Clippers softball here about 9:57 a.m. from Clayton, New Jersey, as we are here for coverage of the South Jersey Group 1 finals between the Audubon Green Wave and the Clayton Clippers. With my graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel and Caleb Lane, my producer, Donna Wilkins, and myself, Dan Wilkins, welcome, because we have ourselves a wonderful ball game in a rematch between the two finalists from last year. Of course, the score was 7-1 last year in favor of the Clippers, but we'll see if Audubon can put up a more valiant fight this morning. I keep wanting to say this afternoon, but it's only 10 a.m. here in Clayton. So welcome to coverage, though. Welcome to the broadcast, as looks like for Audubon is going to be their starting lineup. Thanks to Tom McGurk for sending it my way, but it's Emma Spire in center field. Abby Calhoun in left, batting second. Emily Bobo is the shortstop, batting third. Abby Toll is the catcher, batting cleanup. Brooke Felly is the first baseman, batting fifth. Ava Griebel is the designated player, batting sixth. Yerkeba is the third baseman, batting seventh. Alexa Canuso is the second baseman, batting eighth. Adriana Di Valerio is the right fielder, batting ninth. And Elena Capseta is the pitcher. So Emma Spire going to lead off here for Audubon. As at the home of Lady Clippers softball, let's get the sectional finals underway. First pitch. That one is a ball. Spire, the dedicated slapper, hitting over 400 this year. Being able to hit that ball the other way and just be able to make it work, but that's a specialty. It's 1-1. Beautiful morning here in Clayton. It was 61 when I left at around 8:30, but it's warmed up a little bit since then. It's 1-2. At first pitch, 63 degrees, wind blowing to the north at 7 miles per hour. And Spire swings and misses, one away. And mostly sunny skies, a couple of clouds here and there, but no threat of rain. A beautiful Sunday morning. Here is Abby Calhoun now, the left fielder. Gonna pop this one up on a bunt, and it's gonna be caught behind the plate. No, that dropped, so 0-1. Another foul, 0-2. Strike three. 2 outs quickly here. With back-to-back strikeouts. Versus Clayton's Lake, number 3. Strike one. Meadow Lake, the senior for Clayton, 123 strikeouts and a 1.01 ERA. 76 and a third innings pitched, just 1 hit batsman, 8 walks and 11 earned runs. Her last appearance was versus Shalick, which was a ground ball into right field, a base hit. So Bobo gets aboard here, and 2 outs, 1 on, and this is going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Abby Toll. Audubon has had an interesting path to the South Jersey Group 1 finals. They mowed down Glassboro 21-0. They beat, in the quarterfinals, Buna 9-4. And then they took down Woodstown in the semis 3-2. But that game was a lot closer than maybe it should have been. That one's high to Toll. Strike one, 1-1. There's a fly ball out to shallow center, and it will drop. Back-to-back singles. And the Green Wave have a bit of life here early. And now Brooke Felly will bat. A lot of media here this morning. I keep thinking it's later than it is. I don't know why, but Tom McGurk of the Courier Post is here. Bill Evans is also here. They're lined up down the first base line. Swing and a miss. 0-1. I haven't seen Mark Narducci around, but I think he's here somewhere. He's probably got to be, if I were thinking of it. Fouled back. A lot of fans still filing in here, but it's an 0-2 count to Brooke Felly, first baseman. 5 batters here in the first, 2 on. Audubon threatening, looking to score. But Lake with the 0-2, it's fouled straight back. A relatively favorable ballpark for pitchers. It's a high fence, 215 to left, 210 to right, and 265 to center with 10-foot fences all around. There's a line drive, but it is caught in right, and the inning is over. Audubon gets 2 on, but fails to score. Clayton will get their first chance to bat here in the bottom of the first, and we'll go to a quick break. Here in the bottom of the first, Elena Copsetta getting the start here for the Audubon Green Wave, the freshman right-hander with 125 strikeouts in 2023, a 1.4 ERA, and in 75 innings pitched, just 51 hits allowed. She had a complete game versus Woodstown in the semifinals last week, but now we're going to see the starting lineup here for the Clayton Clippers. As the first pitch from Copsetta is outside. As number 42, Gianna Muha, is batting for the Clippers here to start the ball game. Line drive foul. 1-1. Muha, the senior, 151 hits for her. 53 for 93 this year, batting an incredible .570 with 2 homers, 9 doubles, 9 walks, and 16 stolen bases. 1-1 from Copsetta. Tries to go for the slap formation, but it does not work. But it is a ball, 2-1. The pitcher, Meadow Lake, on deck for Clayton. Copsetta sets, and this is going to be a high chopper to third, actually back behind the plate, and that is going to be another foul ball. So 2-2. Close play there. Two. Outside, 3-2. So the leadoff hitter of the game is going to work a full count here. Muha, again, will be followed by the pitcher, Meadow Lake. Top 2 seniors here for Clayton this afternoon. Slapper out to short. Bobo picks it up. Not going to get it in time. An infield single. And that is why she's batting .570, because of these softball fields. Infield singles are a lot easier, I would say. But especially if you can book one down the line, you only need 60 feet to get from home to first. So I wouldn't say it's a pedestrian task, but this is going to be dropped by Toll behind the plate. But Muha holds it first. A lot of media here, videographers, photographers, they all want to see this. Great matchup between the 2 seed and the 1 seed. I mean, I'm always for underdogs. There's a fly ball ripped to right, but it is foul. But by the way, if you're seeing black lines on your screen while we move the camera, we are behind a fence. I am not 10 feet tall. I could not hire Shaquille O'Neal as my videographer, but yeah, we are behind a fence, just like in Haddon Heights, but the gaps in the fence are a little bit bigger, so it's a little more favorable to us. But yeah, if you see any black lines on your screen, that's all it is. That one's upstairs. Muha going to second base, and she is in there. 17 stolen bases for Muha, and it is 1-2 to Lake, who not only is having a great year on the mound, also having a great year at the plate as well. .439 average, 29 for 66. 1 homer, 2 triples, 18 walks, and 10 stolen bases. But there's a strikeout. Lake is retired, and there's one away. This is going to bring up Allison Corner, the senior. Runner on second, 1 down for Clayton in a scoreless game. Just getting started here from the home of Lady Clippers softball. You're watching coverage of Audubon Green Wave playoff softball on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, as there's the first pitch strike. If you have any questions or comments about today's broadcast, drop me a line at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. There's the strike. The corner batting .438. 35 for 80, 2 homers, 9 walks, 4 stolen bases. And a pop-up out towards straightaway left. Spire going over in center. She makes the catch right behind second base. And Muha is retired for the second out. Or rather, Corner is retired for the second out. And this will bring up Gannon. Alana Gannon, the senior, 458 average. That means the top 4 hitters for Clayton are all hitting in the 400s, which is insane to me. 4 home runs, 38 for 83, 8 stolen bases, 11 walks. That's a ball, 1-0. Really has to be an incredible feat if your top 4 hitters are batting better than Ted Williams did in the 1940s. I mean, I understand softball is a lot more of an offensive game. There's a lot more infield singles, a lot more hits in general, and I would say a lot more runs, because you see a lot of games that are like 11 to 10 if the pitching might not be that great. But sometimes you see pitcher's duels like this in softball, and we're not at the pitcher's duel stage yet. I mean, we're in the bottom of the first inning, but, you know, really... But really, it's just one of those games. But there's a line drive to first, taken in by Brooke Felly, and the inning is over. Clayton gets a leadoff single, but doesn't advance the runner past second base. We are scoreless after 1 from Clayton. Here in the top of the second inning, Ava Griebel leading it off for the Green Wave in a scoreless game as Meadow Lake looks for another scoreless inning here for the Clippers. First pitch. Ball 1. Two-0. Griebel, the junior, batting .357, 10 for 28. With a strike. 2-1. Inside. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Green Wave. Griebel, Yerkeba, and Canusa. Ball 4. And Griebel gets aboard here to start the second. Here's Allison Yerkeba. 4 homers on the year for her. She had one versus Buna, a grand slam that turned the tide of the game for sure. It's 0-1 on the foul ball. And that 9-4 win in the quarterfinals. That one misses downstairs. Remember, Clayton is a very hard team to beat, quite literally shown by their 24-game win streak. Their one loss coming to Gloucester Catholic in a 10-inning game back in the first week of April versus Spring Miss. This team is 25-1, and they suffered their first loss in their second game of the year and haven't lost since. It's an incredible track record that shows why they've been Group 1 champions in 2021 and 2022. your cable is down on strikes and there's one away. Third strikeout for Lake. A bunt out to first, picked up, and the sacrifice is successful as it moves Griebel over to second base, and there is 2 down. And here is Adriana Di Valerio. She's hitting here today with a big chip on her shoulder, if you will, as the first pitch is outside.
Very heavy heart.
Yeah, excuse me, there's a strike, 0-1. Of course, again, we've been showing on our broadcast a couple of times the meal train that is being organized. If you'd like to donate to the family's cause after the tragic loss of Chris Di Valerio, her father, who passed away on Friday suddenly. One and 2 to Di Valerio. If the inning continues, Spire is on deck. Runner on second, 2 down. Upstairs. But I was talking to Tom McGurk before the game, and he said that Di Valerio wanted to play. She wanted to play for her father. And a swing and a miss. He strikes out, but works the count well. We go to the bottom of the second. No score between Audubon and Clayton. Here in the bottom of the second inning, Audubon and Clayton scoreless. This broadcast is brought to you by BJK Roofing, South Jersey's #1 roofing supplier with over 200 5-star reviews on the web. Get a free quote today by calling 856-778-3900. Again, that's 856-778-3900. Inside to Clayton's leadoff hitter here to start the bottom of the second inning. That being Holler, the right fielder. Mackenzie Holler, the senior. That one's a ball, 2-0. Batting .290, 20 for 69 with 2 home runs, 6 extra base hits, and 11 walks. A .507 slugging percentage. That one's a strike on the inside corner, 2-1. By the way, because this is the Group 1 softball final, we don't have really many other broadcasts planned for the remainder of the spring season. But once we figure out our summer plans, you can figure that out and hear all about it by following our Twitter at DW Broadcasting. That's where you can find us, all of our updates, all of our announcements, and we do a couple of opinionated pieces as well, including rankings, tier lists, everything like that for the South Jersey sports community. Fouled back towards the high school. It is going to be a full count, 3-2 to Holler. Strike 3 inside corner. Holler is retired. And there is one out.
Hey, let's go too far! Hey!
A lot of enthusiasm here from Clayton's. I don't know if I'd have this energy at 10:20 a.m. on a Sunday, but here is Tiana Davis. Batting .275, 11 for 40. There's a strike. 16 walks, though, and a .300 slugging percentage. Had a 3-hit game and an 18-0 win versus Pittman on May 8th. Swing and a miss by Davis. 0-2 very quickly here. Swing and a miss. 2 down after a 3-pitch strikeout.
Hey, 2 down, Eddie, stay 1, Eddie, go 2, nothing falls out there.
And here is Alexis Paden, the freshman, batting .219, 16 for 73, as that one rolls along the dirt. 1-0, 9 walks. Had a couple of 2-hit games this year, including a 4 RBI game on May 13th versus Deptford in a 12-0 win. That one is inside. Liner out and off the glove of Canuso, and that will be a base hit. So Paden gets aboard on the single, and this is going to bring up Aguilar now. Juliana Aguilar, the sophomore rather. 265 average, 18 for 68. 7 walks and 3 stolen bases. I mean, just looking at the softball schedule for Clayton is incredible. They won 8-0 versus Pennsville, and then a 4-3 loss to Gloucester Catholic. And then after that, just 24 straight wins. They won the Battle of the Conferences, which is kind of like the Diamond Classic of softball, except it's held earlier in the spring. They beat Highland, Sterling, and GCIT to get there. They got through Lenape. They won their own tournament over Haddon Township and Washington Township. They beat OLMA by a lot. They crushed Pittman, Salem, Deptford. There's a foul ball. Oh, wait, no, they're going to call that a fair ball, and that is going to end the inning. I don't think that anybody was on their toes there. The batter stayed in the box, and I don't think that anybody had ever signaled that it was a fair ball, but the inning is over. We go to the top of the third. No score here in Clayton. Spire leading it off with a bunt foul. 0-1. Spire bunts. That time, it's again going to be a foul ball. Out towards Gannon. Spire struck out the first time. Meadow Lake with 3 strikeouts and 2 hits allowed here in the first 2 innings of work so far. Lake delivers, and there's a foul ball out towards the seating area. Oh, and a fan came so close to making that play out there and behind home plate. I think he had a coffee in his hand too, but he just dropped the ball. This one's a little pop-up, a flare, and it's going to drop, and it goes into center field. There were 3 fielders going for the same real estate, and they all came up empty, so a base hit for Spire. And that puts a runner on first here, probably setting up a stolen base opportunity as Calhoun comes up to the plate. Clayton's got to be very careful here because Spire is a stolen base machine. She is quite fast for a freshman, but I guess the younger they are, the quicker they are. As you know, as you will. I feel like I've got 40-year-old knees when I'm 17 years old, but that's besides the point. Like, Spire this year has over 30 stolen bases. And she's going to go for another as the throw down is wide, and she is safe. So another stolen base by Spire. That is, her 31st of the year. An absolutely incredible track record. That one is a ground ball back to the catcher, and there was not a throw in time. That's going to put runners on the corners here. As Audubon looks to score with nobody out after the infield single by Abby Calhoun, bringing up Bobo. Here is Bobo. She singled her first time. Going down to second and stealing second uncontested is Calhoun. Here's a line drive out towards left. It's taken in, tagging and trying to score is Spire. The throw is not in time, and a sac fly puts the Green Wave on the board. It's 1-0. Swing and a miss by Toll. Fly ball, straightaway center. Take it in, 2 down. Excuse me, yes, 2 down. I was right the first time. Here's Brooke Felly. That's a strike. Felly will be followed by Griebel. Another strike, 0-2. And there's strike 3. Lake with a strikeout, but Audubon gets a run on a sac fly. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Green Wave. We good? Bottom of the third inning, Green Wave lead 1-0 over the Clayton Clippers. In South Jersey Group 1 softball final action. There is a strike. Clayton's leadoff hitter here, that being Pereira. 0-1 count. Pereira takes outside. Rosalina Pereira, the sophomore, batting .306, 19 for 62, 5 extra base hits and 14 walks. Swing and a miss. Inside. 2-2. Clayton with no runs on 2 hits. Copsetta's recorded 3 strikeouts so far. A lot of shallow fly balls in this one, though. Swing and miss. Pereira down on strikes, and we'll go back to the top of the order with Gianna Muha. 4 Ks for Copsetta.
Let's go for 2.
Muha had a slap single in the bottom of the first inning. And she fouled that one off of her foot, it looked like. That can't feel good. Never does. The 0-1 count. Ooh, close call, but it misses low. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Yeah, this school doesn't necessarily look all that small, but yeah, the fact of the matter is that, you know, you see it's based off of the school size and stuff like that. I passed by Williamstown High School on Friday, getting over to we went to a restaurant in Turnersville after UNA beat Audubon in the baseball finals, and I saw Williamstown High School and it looked like a community college. I said that before with Kingsway, because we went there for a baseball scrimmage last year. Here's a ground ball out to Bobo, throw to first, not in time, and another infield single by Muha. So here's Meadow Lake. But yeah, I mean, we pulled up there, and I understand it's a regional high school that services several towns, but I was not expecting it to be that big. I mean, like in Audubon, if you're a student, like a junior or senior, you have to fight for your parking spots. You know, you've got to, you know, make sure you don't park in front of people's driveways. It's like an episode of Parking Wars at 7:40 in the morning every day, as there is a stolen base from Muha. And I'm sure if there's any juniors or seniors watching on the Audubon side, we can all relate to that very well. But I always park in the Little League spot because I don't want to get hit by somebody who doesn't know how to drive. But here we go, 1 out and an 0-1 count. Outside. 1-1 to Meadow Lake, who struck out her first time. floater out to right, and it's going to drop. Going to third, but it's going to be a early throw, and she is out. Throw to second, and Lake is safe. But Muha got a late start off the bag at second because I don't think she knew the ball was going to drop in front of DiValerio, and an outfield assist gets the second out. So that will replace Muha on second with Lake. And now with 2 down, it's going to bring up Corner, who flew out to center her first time.
Let's go, Allie! Oh, that's not me.
Well, the umpires are gonna talk about this. I don't know exactly what the issue is, but I don't know exactly. So the umpires break from their little meeting, and looks like everything will stay the same. A runner on second.
Looks like it was one of the Audubon coaches brought something up to the umpires, then they had to talk.
Gotcha. So here is Corner. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Garden State Pet Center, an independently owned full-service pet store with a specialty in promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural food, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, open 7 days a week. Or visit their website at exoticpetsnj.com. That one is a ball to Corner. Inside, 2-0. Corner, she'll be followed by Gannon, who's on deck. Corner again flew out to center field for the second out of the first, her first time. Fly ball popped up shallow, and that'll be out of play over towards the media back there. Well, the doggies are really enjoying the the softball out there.
Who let the dogs out?
We were talking about it over break. If a dog catches a ball as an out, there's a base hit in the center field. Coming around third, Lake is going to try to score, and she will. Tie game. Corner with an RBI single right back up the middle, and it's 1-1. Clayton is tied Audubon. Three singles in a row, and that one was able to drive home Meadow Lake as Gannon will now bat. She lined out to first to end the first. Here's the pitch from Capseta. That one is a foul straight back and onto the roof of Clayton High School. That's got to be worth something.
That should have been 2 points.
0-1 to Gannon. There's a ground ball. Your Cabo gathers herself and makes the play to retire the side. But Clayton is on the board after 3. We're knotted up at 1. Here we go, top of the 4th inning. It's time for DWB Trivia Time. Today's question is, who won the 2022 Women's College Softball World Series? Is it A, Texas, B, UCLA, C, Oklahoma, or D, Arizona? The answer will be revealed in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-0 to Greenberg, who swings and misses. It's the 3 A's on deck: Ava Griebel, Allison Yerkeba, and Alexa Canuso. Although I just realized with those 3 players, starting with the letter A, they're all pronounced differently.
Yeah.
Ava, Allison, and Alexa. There you go.
Together, they're triple A. Hopefully they're gonna,
Yeah, can we get a sponsor from AAA?
maybe they'll get a triple.
Who knows? But Griebel strikes out, and that is the 5th strikeout recorded by Meadow Lake this morning. Feels weird saying this morning, but it really, I mean, it is 10:43.
I better be getting paid extra for this. I
Oh,
got
yeah.
up early.
Oh, we all got up early. Upstairs, 1-0. To Yerkeba again, who had a grand slam versus Buhner in the quarterfinal game. There's a strike. Excuse me, the count is 2-1. Up high. Lake delivers. There's strike. 3-2, full count to Yerkeba, who struck out her first time. The senior third baseman. That one misses high, and it's ball 4. Now here's Alexa Canuso, the sophomore second baseman. She'll be followed by DiValerio on deck. Upstairs, 1-0. Swing and a miss. Fouled back. Downstairs. 2-2 to Canuso with 1 out. Foul. By the way, if you're looking for the softball finals, the state semifinals and the finals, they'll be held on Tuesday and Saturday at Keene University. That's what I was told. Those softball finals are going to be at Keene University. The baseball finals are at Veterans Park. That's ball 4. Back-to-back walks, and Audubon is in business here in the 4th. 1 out and 2 runners on base as catcher and pitcher will talk here for a minute. Lake and Peyton.
Oh, yeah. Double up here. Let's take 2. Double play, Sunday, let's go.
Yeah, so for clarification, we are not authorized to cover the state semifinals or the state finals. They are covered exclusively by the NJSIAA and NJ.com. So you can find it there by going to NJ.com and going to watch. There should be, if you go to baseball or softball, there should be a tab on the middle of the screen that says watch, and that's where you can find the live streams. Slapped foul by DiValerio, and it's 0-1. Looks like some folks are selling concessions under a tent back there behind home plate. Need the accommodation for the kind of occasion as DiValerio grounds it right back to the third, the shortstop, And DiValerio is retired, but moves the runners over, and it is 2 outs for Spire. Here's Spire. 2 runners in scoring position, runners on second and third, and that's a foul ball. 0-1. First 3 for the Clippers will be Holler, Davis, and Payton, the catcher. Slapped out towards short. This one's going to be bobbled, and the Green Wave are going to take the lead. Emma Spire takes a great advantage of the infield, grounds it to the left side, and Audubon is back in front, 2-1. Wonderful. Runners on the corners. Canuso on third. Spire on first, but she's going to try to advance. She is safe. 32 stolen bases for Spire. So now runners on second and third. Canuso looking to drive it home in a 2-1 game. That one misses. Two balls, no strikes. 2-1. From the Audubon baseball players in attendance, supporting their fellow softball teammates. They got eliminated on Friday in the Group 1 finals versus Buna. There's a ground ball back to the mound, throw to first, is in time, but Audubon takes the lead on an RBI E6 off the bat of Emma Spire. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Audubon leads by the skin of their teeth. It's 2-1. Here we go, bottom of the fourth inning. It's time for DWB Trivia Time. Today's question is, who won the 2022 Women's College Softball World Series? Was it A, Texas, B, UCLA, C, Oklahoma, or D, Arizona? Producer Donna Wilkins, what's your guess?
B.
B, you said?
Yeah.
All right, well, you are incorrect. It is C, Oklahoma.
I think get it right 2 days in a row.
I know, but the Oklahoma 2022, and looks like they may be favored to win it again in 2023. Those are in Oklahoma City. The College Baseball World Series is held in Omaha, Nebraska. But it's a 2-0 count here to start the bottom of the fourth versus Holler. Madeline Holler. Followed by Davis and Paden, the catcher. That one is going to miss. 3-0. Quick start here for Clayton. 3-1.
Hey, what's your name? Wow! Hey, 12, put it where you want it. Let's go!
Foul tip, 3-2. Grounder foul. Over towards the head coach, Joe Moore, in the third base box. And it's a 3-2 full count. Copsetta versus Holler, the right fielder. Fly ball, first base side and foul. Upstairs, Holler works the count for a walk. And now here is Tiana Davis. Put it where you want it. That's the enthusiasm that Clayton's offering this morning. There's a foul ball on a bunt that goes all the way back behind home plate. A lot of power and strength on that ball. But that's what Clayton needs to do down by one. They don't need to do anything special. Just find a hole and, throw it through and hit it through, get it through any way possible. And, really just able to do fundamental hitting and get yourself in a position to succeed with one on. And that's all you got to do. There's big gaps, between short and third and everything like that. You just got to find a hole and squeeze it through. But here we go. One and one. That one misses. And then going back to first to try to make a throw, and she's out. Wow, Holler got thrown out behind the runner. And she is retired, one down. 2-1 count to Davis. Davis struck out her first time. Right 3-1. This is upstairs.
All the way in. Straight through, girl. Find the hole.
Ball for Davis. Takes the free pass.
Get a good jump, Daddy.
And here is Caden.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
And now we're going to have a mound visit here. Erin Small coming out to talk to her guys, or her gals.
Looks like hit. Looks like run. Let's go, young George. Let's go, young girl. Right here, Lex. Come on, you got it.
Here in the bottom of the fourth inning, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Paroli's Printing and Bantles, Banners, Signs, and Apparel. The true one-stop shop for all your print and promotional needs with a 5-star Google rating. With over 50 years in business, handling any ink on paper project, as well as banners, signs, apparel, and promotional swag. The first pitch to Paden, there's a strike, 0-1. Nice breeze coming in here. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful morning. Beautiful Sunday morning. A lot of people around, all around the ballpark. That one misses. And getting down to second is Davis. One to the freshman catcher. There's a strike. 1-2, 1 out. And a runner on second as Clayton looks to tie the game here. They still need 120 feet to do it. Little flare. That one's going to drop foul. So got a piece of it and stays alive. Juliana Aguilar on deck for the Clippers. Number 7 hitter up here for Clayton. They brought 5 to the plate in the third. And again, their one run was scored in the bottom of the third to tie the game. And that one is going to be a hit by pitch. To occupy that space at first, and now Aguilar is going to bat. Audubon in a little bit of trouble, but with 1 out and 2 on, could roll a double play ball, although that is a lot harder to do in softball than it is in baseball. So now Aguilar is going to bat here. Rosa Pereira on deck for Clayton. Foul, 0-1. Clayton's really jumping all over the ball first pitch. I mean, they're ready to attack right away. They're hitting the ball into play on the first pitch, and they're swinging at it a lot, early. Not really waiting on it. And then it's later in the at bat that they develop this great reserve plate discipline, which is why they've drawn a boatload of walks. They've had 2 this inning alone. Swing and a miss. 1-2 to Aguilar. Here's the pitch to Aguilar. Runners on first and second, and a swing and a miss on a ball down. 2 outs. Five strikeouts this afternoon for Compsetta. And here is Rosa Pereira. Pereira 0 for 1. Ball 1. Just missed upstairs and a little bit out. 2-0.
Hey, right here, Rosa! Stand tall, girl!
2-0.
All right.
A little flare foul. 2-1.
All that power, Rosa! All that power, Rosa!
Swing and a miss.
Nothing new, Rosa!
2 balls, 2 strikes,
Hey, get a good jump, guys!
and 2 outs. 2 on.
Good eye!
A little bit of a changeup, and it's 3-2.
Gotta be you!
If Clayton somehow loads the bases or just advances the inning in any way possible, Muha will be on deck at the top of the order. And there's a strike 3 on the outside corner. Audubon stays in the hunt for another go as they lead 2-1 after 4, and a huge stop to get out of the jam there by Audubon as Copsetta records her 6th strikeout of the afternoon. We'll go to break, 2-1 Audubon. Here in the top of the 5th inning, Emily Bobo leading off the train here for Audubon as these guys are going to try to hop on the ball here and get a couple more runs on the board, because right now it's a pitcher's duel and a half. A 2-1 ball game in favor of Audubon as there's a 1-1 count to Bobo. It's the middle need of the order. It's Bobo, Toll, and Felly, 3, 4, and 5. As Bobo pokes one in the left field, a base hit right over the third baseman's head. Just got past corner. And that's going to bring up Toll here as Bobo gets aboard.
Double up here, ladies. Double up.
Upstairs, Bobo took a big jump, but eventually had nothing really come of it, but it's 1-0. Rocketed center field. And that is going to be taken in. Bobo is going to get back to first. And she's in there with a fly ball out to deep center with 1 out. So Felly will now bat. Felly is 0 for 2. She lined out to right to end the first and also struck out to end the third. This broadcast, hold on, first pitch swing and a miss. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Crowley's Printing and Panthers Banner Signs and Apparel, the true one-stop shop for all your print and promotional needs with a 5-star Google rating. If you need graduation, lawn signs and banners, flyers, A-frames, business cards, or envelopes done right, this is the place for you. As there's another fly ball to center, taken in by Muhan, 2 down. Bringing up Ava Griebel here. First pitch to Griebel. That one misses, 1-0. Your Kaba is on deck. Griebel has walked and struck out in this ball game. They're going to throw back to first, and it is not in time. Close call there. Looked like maybe a late throw. Close call. Stirred up some controversy amongst the parents. It's 2-0. Fly ball out to right, and it is taken in to the side of the side. As the line drive ends it in the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom half of the 5th. Audubon still leads Clayton 2-1.
on? Yeah, sure. Broadcast
Top of the 6th inning, Audubon trails Clayton 3-2 in the South Jersey Group 1 sectional final. Here in the softball world, as Meadow Lake still out there looking for another clean inning here versus your Cabas. There is a ball, 1-0. Your Caba, Canuso, and DeValerio due up here in the 6th as Clayton is 6 outs away from a sectional title. Looking for a three-peat, if you will. They've been Group 1 state champs in the last 2 years, 2021 and 2022, and this softball powerhouse is back in business. There's a swing and miss. 1-2.
Come on now. Ladies. Nobody gets around.
Time is called. Line drive out to right center field. That one's going to drop. It's going to go in the gap. Your Caba hustling to second base. She is going to not stop, but the throw is going to be in time, and she is out. She tried holding it at second. And as you can see, I think Coach Small wanted her to stop at second, but she ran right through the stop sign, and an elated Clayton crowd celebrates that out, as that probably should have been a double, but just tried to go a little bit too far with it, and it ended up being a big base running error. There's a strike to Canuso.
Keep it going, kids.
I mean, really, just, I understand that, 60 feet is not that far away, and you probably could have stretched it if you're somebody like Emma Spire or something like that, but
She doesn't look like she was right.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Canuso down on strikes. And there's 2 down. So this will bring up DeValerio now for the Green Wave.
That's what I'm talking about, George.
Here's DeValerio in the top of the 6th. Infield and outfield coming in here preparing for a slap here. 2 outs. That one misses. 1-0. There's a strike. 1-1.
1-1, let's go! This is big, dude. We get him moving.
Obviously, last year's sectional final was 7-1 in favor of Clayton. This is a lot closer and a lot more crucial of a game, but it's going to be a strike. It's 1-2.
Let's go out!
1-2. Upstairs. Just missed. Missed the target a little bit, and it's 2-2.
That's two, ladies. Get dirty, get green.
And a strike 3 caught on the outside corner. DeValerio down on strikes. And Clayton is 3 outs away from a sectional title. They celebrate in the dugout, and we'll see what they can make of it in the bottom of the 6th. 3-2, Clippers lead. Paden leading it off here in the bottom of the 6th here, as Clayton will get their last swings if everything holds as is. Elena Copsetta still out there working on holding the game to as close of a deficit as it can possibly be. A 3-2 Clayton lead. But remember, we'd probably still have a tie game right now if it weren't for a throwing error behind the plate in the bottom of the 5th inning that gave Clayton that 3-2 lead that they have held on to for now. Pop up though, out to third. This one's going to be close, and it drops between Toll and Yerkeba. Close play there, was just right up hugging against the fence. And it is 0-1, or 0-2 rather. Seven, 8, and 9, Paden, Aguilar, and Pereira due up for the Clippers. That one misses, 1 and 2. Getting a little bit warmer out here at about 11:28 this morning. Got started about an hour and a half ago. A swing and a miss. Paden down on strikes, and this brings up Juliana Aguilar. Eight strikeouts for Copsetta this morning, as there is a ball, 1-0. Aguilar 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a strikeout. Pereira, who has 2 strikeouts on the day, is on deck. This is in, but it called a strike, 1-1. Again, hard to tell from this angle, especially since we're not out in center field. I would have loved to set up in center field, but just with how the fence is, you know, you're held to the best you can. But here's a pop-up, and Caruso is there, 2 down. And here's Pereira. First pitch misses, and it's 1-0. 1-0 counts Pereira here. Nobody on, 2 outs. One and one. Bunt foul. I don't know why you bunt with 2 outs and nobody on, but that's the strategy they're going with. It's 1 and 2. 1, 2, and 3. If there's any silver lining for Audubon, the top 3, Spire, Calhoun, and Bobo, will be on deck for the Green Wave. They'll be due up in the top half of the 7th inning. And a fly ball popped up out to Canuso, and she makes the catch, inning over. A 1-2-3 for Copsetta. Last swings for Audubon before they go home. It depends, though, if they can drive home a run. We go to the top of the 7th, 3-2 Clayton. All right, bring me back, please. Spire getting it started here for Audubon here in the top of the 7th. Facing Meadow Lake, 1, 2, and 3 due up for Audubon, but 3 last outs before Clayton can celebrate. That's a base hit in the left. Getting the ball stopped out there quickly, but Spire's got a base hit. And this brings up Abby Calhoun. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Doug Does Anything, your local handyman. If you need anything done, no matter how big or small, give Doug Does Anything a call, 856-412-0118. Calhoun showing bunt. Now going down to second. Spire is safe. And Clayton can't believe it. A collective groan from the crowd. And now that's going to put a runner on second here with a 1-0 count. And a bunt, taken in. Throw to first is dropped. The throw to first was dropped at first. And that's going to put runners on the corners. Nobody out and runners are on the corners as a single, a controversial stolen base, and an E3 that was dropped at first puts Audubon in a prime position for Bobo. Bobo showing bunt, but there's a strike, and getting down to second uncontested is Calhoun. Lake having a phenomenal day on the mound. But right now, he's in a tough spot. There's a line drive. It's caught at first, and they get the one out. So Bobo is retired. There's one away. There's Abby Toll. Upstairs to Toll. Toll be followed by Brooke Felly. There's a ball, 2-0. 9 strikeouts for Lake. And a fly ball out to shallow left. And it'll be taken in by the shortstop, Kerner rather. Or Gannon. Gannon made the catch. 2 down. And Clayton 1 out away from a sectional title. The last chance is Brooke Felly. Runners on second and third. All they need is a bloop single or something of the sort to take the lead. But a line drive to right. Clayton is going to move on for the 3rd year in a row to the Group 1 semifinals. They have booked their ticket to Keene University with a 3-2 win. Audubon put 2 on to start the 7th, but Clayton looks to repeat for a 3rd time. They are once again headed over to Keene University as they look to secure a 3rd state title in a row. Everything just happened so fast. The line drive to right on the first pitch ended the ball game just like that. A great way right there, a great catch by Holler as the Clayton fans showcasing their support for their club. Getting a lot of Clayton faithful here as what a game this has been. Everybody talking it over. And the Clayton Clippers, the #1 seed, they have won, believe it or not, their 25th game in a row. They've now punched their ticket to Keene University for the softball finals, and they have now improved to 26-1 on the season. As Clayton, the perennial favorites for another state title, we'll see what they can muster next week out in Keene. But Audubon is going to go home, hopefully with heads high, because a 3-2 game, a lot closer than what it was last year when it was 7-1 in favor of Clayton. This year, Audubon put a lot more of a fight. They were just 60 feet away from tying the game, but that line drive to right off the bat of Toll just wasn't meant to be, and that's where Clayton won. But that throwing error in the bottom of the 5th that gave Clayton that lead, that just mattered so much to the outcome of the game, and you can see a lot of folks embracing, and a lot of celebrations are going to be going on in Clayton this afternoon as they at home secure their ticket to the softball state semifinals, and that's where we will wrap it up today. Folks, this is the last broadcast you're going to see from us for at least a little while as the summer season approaches and the spring season comes to an end. To watch the baseball or softball state semifinals and finals, tune into NJ.com under the Watch tab, and you can watch their live streams of NJ.com finals and their sports broadcasts throughout the summer. So for everybody here at Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, we hope to see you sometime in June. We've got some travel ball tournaments that we may be scheduling for the months of June and July, but we'll have to wait and see if those pan out. But from everybody here at Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, my graphics crew Gavin Van Rel and Caleb Lane, my producer Donna Wilkins, and myself, Dan Wilkins. Clayton beats Audubon 3-2 in the South Jersey Group 1 softball finals. We'll see you whenever we see you. Good night.